It's 11 p.m. You tell yourself just 5 minutes and open Instagram. You blink. It's 2 a.m. 3 hours vanished. You weren't even enjoying it. You weren't looking for anything specific. So why couldn't you stop? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. We've all been there, trapped in the infinite scroll, watching our time disappear into a black hole of content we won't even remember tomorrow. But here's the disturbing part. This isn't an accident, and it's not about willpower. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of endless scrolling, what it's really doing to your brain, and why you literally cannot stop even when you want to. Let's be honest about what scrolling actually looks like. You're not relaxing. You're not even entertained. You're in a trance-like state, thumb moving automatically, eyes glazed over, absorbing hundreds of pieces of content that your brain isn't even processing. Here's what's actually happening in those moments. You're dissociating. That's the psychological term for it. Your conscious mind checks out while your body goes through the motions. It's the same mechanism your brain uses during trauma, except now it's your default mode for dealing with everyday stress. We tell ourselves we're unwinding or taking a break, but think about it. Do you feel better after a 3-hour scrolling session? No. You feel worse, anxious, guilty, behind on everything. Your eyes hurt. Your neck hurts. You feel empty. So why do we keep doing it? Because scrolling isn't about entertainment. It's about escape. We're not scrolling to something. We're scrolling away from something. Away from the difficult conversation we need to have. Away from the work deadline looming over us. Away from the silence of our own thoughts. Away from processing actual emotions. Away from the uncomfortable feeling of just existing without distraction. Psychologists call this avoidance coping, and our generation has turned it into an Olympic sport. Let's talk about what's happening in your brain during the scroll. Every time you refresh, every time you see something new even, if it's boring, your brain releases a tiny hit of dopamine. Not because the content is good, but because of the possibility that the next thing might be interesting. This is called variable reward scheduling. And it's the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. You're not scrolling because you're finding great content. You're scrolling because your brain is hooked on the maybe of finding something good. Slot machine psychology in your pocket 24/7. Here's the scary part. This is actually rewiring your brain. Studies show that heavy social media users have significantly reduced attention spans and struggle with tasks requiring sustained focus. Your brain is literally being trained to crave constant novelty and stimulation. You used to be able to read a book for hours, watch a full movie without checking your phone, have a conversation without mental drift. Remember when focusing felt normal? That version of you isn't lazy or broken. That version of you has been algorithmically conditioned to need constant hits of newness. But it gets worse. Scrolling doesn't just kill your attention span, it feeds your anxiety. You see everyone's highlight reels. You absorb bad news. You compare your behind the scenes to everyone's edited perfection. Your brain interprets this information overload as threat after threat after threat, so you feel more anxious. And what do you do when you're anxious? You scroll to escape, which makes you more anxious, which makes you scroll more. It's a perfect trap. Here's the question nobody wants to answer. What are you actually avoiding when you scroll? For most of us, it's the present moment. We're terrified of boredom, of silence, of being alone with our thoughts. We've forgotten how to just be, without input, without distraction, without something filling the void dot comma. When was the last time you sat in complete silence for even 5 minutes? No phone, no music, no TV, just you and your thoughts. Uncomfortable, right? Scrolling is emotional numbing. We don't want to feel the stress of our job, the pain of loneliness, the anxiety about the future, the weight of unresolved issues. So we sedate ourselves with an endless feed of nothing. It's a digital pacifier, and we're all sucking on it, desperately trying not to feel what we're actually feeling. And then there's the guilt. You know you should be doing something else. Studying, working out, calling that friend back, working on your goals, sleeping, literally anything else. But the guilt makes you feel worse, which makes you want to escape more, which makes you scroll more, which increases the guilt. Another perfect trap. So how do we break this cycle? First, stop lying to yourself about what scrolling is. It's not relaxation. It's not a hobby. It's avoidance. Call it what it is. Here are some things that actually work. Delete apps from your phone. Not forever. Just make them harder to access. Use the browser version. Add friction. Set actual time limits. Not the ones you ignore, but physical timers. When it goes off, you stop. No negotiation. Replace the behavior. When you feel the urge to scroll, do literally anything else for 2 minutes. Walk, drink, water, stretch. The urge will pass. Face the boredom. This is the hardest one. Allow yourself to be bored. Sit with the discomfort. Your brain will scream for stimulation. Don't give in. This is where healing starts. Process your emotions. Journal. Talk to someone. Actually feel what you're avoiding. The scroll is keeping you stuck. Will this be easy? No. Your brain has been trained for years to crave this behavior. You'll feel uncomfortable, anxious, like something's missing. Good. That means it's working. The endless scroll isn't just stealing your time. It's stealing your ability to be present, to focus, to feel, to actually live your life instead of watching everyone else live theirs. You're not going to remember a single thing you scrolled past today, but you will remember how it made you feel empty, anxious, behind, disconnected. Your life is happening right now, not in the feed, not in the next post, right here in this moment. The question is, are you present for it? If this video made you uncomfortable, good. That's the point. Hit that like button, subscribe for more deep psychology content, and drop a comment telling me what you're really avoiding when you scroll. Let's be honest for once, and maybe, just for today, put the phone down a little earlier tonight. The voice you selected does not support this language. Please click the upper right corner to switch to another voice.